Hi guys, so I am back with another video. I told you guys that I would make a video talking about my journey with MAC and how my whole makeup career started and how I got with the company. I got with MAC Cosmetics in March of 2015, March 29th, 2015. Prior to MAC Cosmetics, I was employed at the United States Postal Service as a mail carrier. I never hated a job so much in my life, and I worked everywhere. Like, I've literally had a job everywhere. I've been working, I think, since I turned 15, and that was the only place where I felt they treated me like an animal. I feel like the United States Postal Service does not care about you or your family. They don't care you know, about your children that you have at home and meetings with the schools, and you know, they didn't care about any of those things. Every single day that I woke up absolutely miserable and not wanting to go to work. I would get up every morning, and I was so into makeup at this point. I literally just had my second child. She wasn't even 1 yet, and I would get up so early. I would do my makeup every single day. I would take a ton of pictures of it, and I would just go to work like that. And every single day while I was delivering the mail, I was like, wow, like, I really hate my job. Like, I wake up and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I didn't even start, I'm not even at work yet. And I just never wanted to go. It took me a while, but I finally was like, you know what? I think that I'm gonna quit my job. And of course they looked at me like, oh my God, like, how are you gonna quit your job? You're at the post office, like, you make great money. Like, how are you just gonna quit your job? Like, what are you gonna do? Thank God for the supportive family that I had. Let me throw this out there. I am not telling anybody to quit their jobs. Okay? Let me say it again. I am not telling anybody to quit their job to follow a dream. Nothing wrong with having a job, because having a job means that you fund your dream. And you know, a certain position where I am able to do that. I'm blessed to come from a family who helps me to take care of my children, so that I am able to work and I am able to take my career as seriously as I do. Not everyone is as fortunate, you know, and you know, for whatever reason, somebody doesn't have the option to quit their job and, you know, still get so much help from their family so that they're able to follow their dreams. So I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, I'm not telling anyone to quit their job. I'm just telling you guys how I did it. I even told my mom, I'm like, I'm giving myself 1 month to get with MAC. Whatever I gotta do. I studied and watched so many YouTube videos. The 2 people who I came in contact with, is so funny, is in 2015 was Time the Infamous and Manny MUA. Those are the 2 people that I found when I was trying to figure out how to get a job with MAC. I watched their videos. I did everything they said to do. I remember Time literally said, make sure you're in all black. She said, make sure you're groomed, make sure your makeup is nice. And I did all of those things. I walked into my local MAC Cosmetics, which was inside of a Macy's. I said, in front of people, I'm like, hi, my name is Desiree. Can I have an application, please? And my manager at the time was like, we don't do applications. And he just looked at me like, and I was like, oh, okay. So I literally gonna turn around and walk away and go to this other counter that was there called Impulse Beauty, and it's inside of Macy's. And he was like, wait, so like, why do you want to work for MAC? And it was, I remember it being so many people around, and I was so scared. I was nervous. I had anxiety through the roof. And I don't even know what I said. Like, I said so many, I still can't remember to this day what I said, like why I wanted a job with MAC. And I got my first interview. The first interview process was, of course, me bringing in my resume to the managers. They told me to bring in a model, which I did, and I had no idea what I was going to be doing once I got there. So once I got there, they had me sit my model down. They gave me brushes, and they said, okay, so you have 30 minutes to create a daytime look. So he gave me a scenario. He was like, okay, so this girl, she's 16 years old and she's going to her job, and she likes to wear a little makeup here and there. Like, I literally can remember exactly what the scenario was. So he said she was 16 years old and she was going to work, but she wanted to wear something like to clean her up. So I had 30 minutes to grab my products, bring it back to the station, and create this look. After the 30 minutes, he said, okay, so I want you to turn this daytime look into a nighttime look. And I was like, oh my God, like I was so afraid. Like, okay, so just grab the most minimal products you can to hurry up because I don't want to go over 30 minutes. So long story short, he critiqued me and let me know, told me my areas of opportunity. And they gave me one more interview, and it was just basically just like a sit down interview. We just had, you know, he asked me a few questions and then he said, I want to hire you as a freelancer. So I had no idea what the difference was between a permanent makeup artist and a freelance artist for MAC. To me at that time, I thought it was the same thing. Like honestly, I didn't even care. If they told me that they were hiring me to clean brushes, I would have done it because that's where I was at the time. And that's how passionate I am about what I do. So I had no idea what the difference was. I just wanted to be there. They paid pretty well. I'm not gonna say the exact number that they pay, but they paid pretty well. They, you know, would call me when they needed me. During that time, people were like in and out. They were going on vacation and stuff like that. So I was able to rack up hours and I actually made really great money there. A month later, one of the artists that was a permanent artist, was relocated to another store, and they asked me did I want to interview for her position, for a permanent position, which means that, you know, you get vacation time and you get the perks from the company and, you know, all that good stuff. So I said yeah. So I interviewed, I got the position. If I could give any advice to any upcoming artist, I would say if you could land a job at MAC, I would definitely encourage you to do it. If you are serious about being a makeup artist, MAC showed me all the basics. They helped me with my confidence. The training that you have to go through once you become a permanent artist is impeccable. It's so much training, like even while you're on the floor, you know, when it was slow, and I would get drilled on doing eyeliner, drilled on wing liner, drilled on eyeshadows, drilled on brows, anything that I had trouble with. Asked my manager like, hey, can you show me like a new way to, you know, apply blush? Like I feel like that's my area of opportunity. Could you help me with wing liner? Could you do this? Could you? And I just learned so much from management. I learned so much from my trainers, and I still to this day literally love MAC Cosmetics, and I am so grateful to have been able to start there. 2 years later, you know, a lot of things happened in my life, a lot of different things. I unfortunately lost my children's father, so a whole lot of things changed for me. And I just felt like something else was burning inside of me. And I wasn't even sure what that was. I just always knew that it was supposed to be something else. Like I never said to myself, oh, I'm gonna be here and I want to stay here and I want to grow here and I want to, you know, hopefully one day be a manager and I'll hopefully one day be a trainer. Like I never really told myself any of those things. Like I always knew that I had to do that to get to the next level, but I never ever just wanted to grow old and be with MAC Cosmetics. And there's nothing against them, it's just something that was inside of me and I could not just put it away. Like, you know, I would come home from working my shifts and I'm like, wow, like I cannot wait to leave here. And it wasn't to leave here because I had a bad experience. It was to leave here and work for myself, and to leave here and get so scared that I'm not going to be able to eat that I have no choice but to work and to grind and to find my clients. Like that's one thing I can say about me. I don't wait for anybody to find me. Like I will go out and find my clients. Just the other day I was in the dollar store and I seen this girl in front of me and she was in line, the line was long, and she was watching makeup tutorials on YouTube. I gave her my card, I let her know I was a makeup artist. I asked her if, you know, if I could use her as a model, and she was so excited. And I'm just like, listen, you can't wait for anybody to find you. You can't wait for anybody to give you anything. If it's something that you really want, you have to go get it. Point blank, period. Or you're never gonna get it. I want to give my future makeup artist just some encouragement. I know a lot of you are probably in a job right now that you hate, or maybe, you know, maybe you don't hate it, but maybe you just know that that's not where you want to always be. I encourage you to continue to study your craft. I encourage you to watch as many YouTube videos as possible. I encourage you to watch other artists on social media, whatever handle you use, and just never, 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 never stop. And then just know too, like, wherever you are right now is not gonna be where you're gonna end up. We all have stepping stones, you know, and they take us higher and higher every single time. And a lot of times you're gonna be discouraged, and a lot of times you're gonna think to yourself, oh my God, is this really gonna work? Like, is it really gonna work out the way I think it's gonna work? Oh, am I really gonna be like this big time makeup artist that I can see me being? And it's gonna be a lot of times you're gonna second guess yourself, and it's gonna be so many times that you're gonna say, you know what, I'm getting scared, like maybe I should just find like another job, or just find, you know, just settle for something else because I'm getting nervous. Don't listen to those voices. So many nights that I thought that, so many nights I'm like, you know what, let me jump on the computer and let me, you know, fill out some applications just in case. Do not do it. Pray about everything. Do not move until you ask God for instruction, not direction. You have to wait on him to let you know what to do, and humble yourself and be still, and try not to let these other people and these other artists on Instagram discourage you and think that you're supposed to be at a certain level right now, or you're supposed to be doing this because you're 25, or you're supposed to be doing this because you're 28. You know, everyone has their own story. Everyone has, you know, their own destiny, and everyone's journey is so different. If you have a job right now, I'm not telling you to quit your job. Just figure out how you can incorporate doing both if that's really your passion, and it will find you. I promise it will find you. Until next time.
You did really, really good, Mom.